Hello, everybody. I am Yolanda Marie. I have some messages for you from the Arcturians and my guides. All right. First of all, I hope everyone is really resting when they need to rest as much as possible. This is, it can be a difficult thing to do. Okay. And they're saying we realize this. We realize this is a difficult task for you to conquer. However, just be cognizant of your body. Be cognizant of your trail in front of you that you're making as you seek to complete all of the tasks throughout your day, your daily tasks. Just be cognizant and aware that there is no space and time, and you can maneuver this as you see fit. Do not forget this. End transmission. So those are the Arcturians, okay? Now, this is very interesting what the message that they gave me, okay, this morning. They are talking specifically about December the 21st, and really, I keep getting it's really just from the new moon, which is, I believe, on the 15th. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but there is a new moon coming, and that's coming with a solar eclipse, and that's with a lot of intention. You guys, all of this stuff, how it aligns with the cosmos, what we're feeling, what we're receiving with the messages, this is all with great intention. It is within this web of consciousness that we are creating all of this, okay, because human consciousness is ready to level up. I realize I'm speaking to a lot of people. Most of you already know a lot about this and get your own details about this. But there is a need to just really acknowledge and state what's really going on, like the gravity of what's really going on. Okay, it's beautiful. It's not, it sounds heavy the way that it's being said through me right now, but it's beautiful. It's not heavy. It's actually a lightening. There's a lightening that's going to happen, a lightening of the load, okay? And for those who are not ready to shed so much, it will feel very heavy then. But, so let me get to this message here. What the Arcturians are saying is, we've got to be aware, and I'll actually quote them here. You must be aware that if you are waiting on something, collectively we're speaking of, to happen, you will not necessarily see it materialize or experience it unless your frequency is within range or unless your frequency is a match to it, they're saying. And so they're saying if you're waiting within a lower frequency range such as fear, anger, separation, or judgment, for example, then you're likely to simply keep experiencing more of that. Okay? That's going to make so much sense to many of you. All right. So just sit with that for a second. They're saying there's, of course, the collective nature of desired manifestations that we need to consider as well. All right, and they go into this. They say, therefore, if a person is out of range, right? So if they're in a frequency spectrum out of range of these higher frequencies is what they're saying, but there is a large collective of humans within range of the desired bandwidth, then that person, because they are within reach of that collective, would have a higher probability of experiencing some version of what the higher frequency bandwidth experiences. Now, this is the vernacular, or the language that they pulled from me to describe this. And so it feels and sounds very technical. But what's happening is you all, it's giving us a visual. Okay, if you look at the frequencies as a spectrum rather than one particular frequency, there's a spectrum, and we are in this web of consciousness connected to each other. Now I'm going to continue, okay, because I think they get to that here pretty soon. They say, and so this is just to give you an idea of how connected you are to each other. Conversely, if a few are consistently extremely high frequency, so just a few, and understanding the cyclical and flowing nature of frequency, okay? So we are oscillating. So this isn't a firm, necessarily concrete, steady thing, but yet it is steady in terms of the oscillation. And so they're saying, if this smaller group of people, okay, but enough, are extremely high frequency and understanding the cyclical and flowing nature of frequency, they too can potentially experience widely outside of the lower bandwidth and experience things far beyond the majority of the collective. And what they're saying is this is the way to view this coming collective shift, all right? And they're saying it's happening very soon for you, and I'm quoting them. I'll have it down below, this transcript, okay? So they're pretty much confirming that there is a collective shift coming very soon, and they say for you, for us, all right? And so then they go on to say you're dealing in potentialities, which are fluctuating and created by all of you, both individually and collectively. To understand how to experience this is to get into your firm knowing. To be in your firm knowing is to understand the power you hold through your creative potential. And so basically they're telling us how we're going, and it's funny that they say not how to create it, right? Because it's already created. They're saying how to experience this is in the knowing. That's the meat of the message there, along with these little particulars they put in about, you know, people will have a higher potentiality, a higher probability to experience at least some of this or a version of this, even being connected to us energetically in some way. And for us, those of us who know, it's for us to stay in the knowing very firmly. Very firmly, release the doubt. And the knowing is the knowing of our creative potential, the knowing that collectively we have firmly decided this and that there is not a power broader or more able to bring this forward than we are collectively. And we tend to hang on to the old belief of this, that there is something outside of us that's actually more powerful, right? That is a method of control, a method of control. A way of controlling populations is to have them believe that there is something outside of them that must give permission. Okay. And so this is what the Arcturians are dispelling here. Collectively, we can create this. And they even say there is a smaller group that regardless of what the broader collective decides, they're going to experience it regardless because they're going to decide, they're going to know, and they're going to keep their spectrum of frequencies, their frequency spectrum, their bandwidth higher because of that knowing, okay, on some level. And so I hope that this makes sense. I'm going to end this here. It is a very short message today, but there will be more to come. And the Arcturians are here. And hopefully you are receiving many of these frequencies that have come through, okay, that are beautifully being bounced around for all of us now, not just through me, but through many, many different mediums, many, many different channels, many, many different tarot card readers, many, many different way showers. There is another message about that, by the way, about the different levels of way showing that came through yesterday that I may deliver in another video, perhaps next. And this too is very important because it's going to help dispel some of the judgment that keeps us in lower frequencies when we're looking at the different ways people are bringing people in. Okay? All of the jobs are very important. All of the jobs are not even conscious. The people are not always even conscious that they're doing the job. And the more you expand, now they're getting into it, the more you begin to be able to easily recognize the jobs that are being performed around you and honor and appreciate that and bless that. As the person, the other perspective of you who is outside of you performing that duty also rises, right? Because everything is expanding in the web. Well, there's the meat of the message there. There's a little more to it. But that's basically the meat of that one. And that was just so beautiful when that came through as well. Wow. And so this very high frequency group that I'm so beautifully blessed to have come in and share energy with me, you all deeply understand this already. It's just to stay in your awareness of this as many little things may begin to occur. All right. So I love you so much, my beautiful soul family. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being who you are. It is not an easy task all of the time. It is going to get easier for you on an individual basis. The more that you own your power, the more that we own our power, which we are doing. Wow. Okay. Love you so much, my friends. Namaste.